Assalamu alaikum to all our viewers of Imam Ahmed Reza Movement channel. So today we are here to discuss about one of the important issues in Indian media right now. So today we have with us Mr. Fazlullah Chishti Sahab, who's a renowned scholar worldwide. So he'll be answering few questions that is surrounding in Indian media today. So Hazrat, so the first question that we have is, what are the types of talaq that we have in Islam?
See, we have got three types of talaq: talaq-e-ahsan, talaq-e-hasan, and the third type of talaq, which is called talaq-e-bida. This is not recommended. However, if someone adopts this or practices this, the effect will take place. So the two approved are talaq-e-ahsan and talaq-e-hasan. The third one, which is not approved, but however, if someone adopts it or someone practices it, the effect will take place.
Okay. So the big question that arises over here is, what are our scholars doing to ensure that the third talaq, which is talaq-e-bida, is completely eradicated from Muslim community?
See, as per survey and statistics, which is conducted by Government of India, and you can find this on 2011 census also, and also certain NGOs have conducted this survey. The percentage of triple talaq in one instant, which is called talaq-e-bida, the percentage is very small. It is 0.03% of the entire talaq which takes place. So when we talk about 14 crore Muslim population, and within that 14 crore, very small percentage indulges in talaq. Within that talaq, this form of talaq, that is 3 talaq in one instant, is only 0.03%. So actually this figure is not very big. It is only a media hype, which certain people have done it for their political means. However, the scholars, through their campaigns, through their Friday sermons, through seminar, through public gathering, through pre-marriage counseling, and Darul Quzat and ulama and Sadat and Mashaykh Izam, they have started a campaign to make sure that this percentage comes down. It is impossible to think of a situation when you get zero triple talaq in India in one instant. It is practically impossible. However, we have started this in the form of pamphlets, in the form of seminar, in the form of Friday sermons. So the scholars have adopted all possible means, social media, internet, to inform people about this bad practice of triple talaq in one instance.
Thank you so much for clarifying that. And the next question that we have over here is, so if something's not going right between a husband and a wife, so what would be the best way to resolve those differences?
The best practice is found in the Quran al-Kareem and the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that the first thing is the husband and the wife should first try to sit together if possible and try to remove whatever the disagreement or whatever the reason is. And if that doesn't work out, then the husband and the wife, they can part away their bed. That means they can show away their anger that we are not happy with you by parting away their bed, or by expressing their concern that I'm not happy with you and we have got this problem. And then they can go to the ulama and the family elders and the community elders and the family members from both the sides. They can come together. These are the different means of reconciliation which the Quran and the Sunnah has put forward. So people should adopt these things.
Thank you. And the main question that arises in the circumstances, in this situation, is that the government and most of the officials of the government say that Islam is oppressing the women. So in this situation, I want to ask you a question, that what has Islam provided to women in this situation, in the situation of triple talaq? So do you have any clarity to give on the issue as to what are the rights of women in this issue? How can a woman avoid triple talaq?
First of all, this very allegation that Maazallah, astaghfirullah, Islam does not give right to women and Islam oppresses women, Maazallah, this is a blatant lie. Islam is the only religion which has given right to a daughter in her father's property. The teachings of the Prophet ﷺ says, paradise lies beneath the foot of a mother. So this is wrong. Islam gives full freedom for a woman to have her own business and property. Islam does not say that after marriage the woman should change her surname. She has got her own identity. Islam does not compel for the wife to perform household things like cleaning and washing. This is not fard upon a wife. So this is total a blatant lie allegation which certain people, which for their hatred against Islam and for their political means, for their to achieve their political means, they are doing this. Now, when we talk about this media hype, you talked about media hype, right? What media is doing. See, actually, this is a totally wrong conception that a woman cannot go out of the marriage. Woman has got an option of khula, she has got an option of fask nikah, and she has also got a provision of what is known as talaq tafweez. That means right at the time of marriage, she can lay down this condition that even I should have this right to say talaq and go out of the marriage. Okay, most of the Muslim population do not know about it, but this is provision which is found in the Sunnah, in all the books of jurisprudence, in the Hanafi, Maliki, Shafi and the Hanbali mazahib. So this provision that a woman can go out of the marriage, she has got three means. First is khula, second is fask nikah, and third is talaq tafweez.
Okay, so according to you, that if I keep a provision in my nikah that I give an authority of one talaq to my wife, so until and unless my wife tells me that the third talaq, so my talaq is not void.
No, this is not the case. If you allow your wife, because the right to issue or to utter talaq, this by default, this right lies with the husband. Okay. Now, if the wife, the would-be wife or the wife, she says that even I want this right, and if the husband agrees, this is a condition. If the husband agrees, now the husband can say, okay, you can have one right of divorce, or two right, or even the third right. If the husband shares this right, his own right does not go away. Okay, this is very important. Suppose you say, okay, even the wife has got right to say talaq and go out of the marriage. That does not mean that the husband will not have this right. If the husband can say three talaq and go out of the marriage, the wife too can say three talaq and go out of the marriage. If the husband adopts a talaq, a method of talaq ahsan, with a period of 1 month, a gap between three talaq, the wife too can adopt this method. She too can say talaq thrice with a gap of 1 month, and in anger, if she utters thrice in one sitting, even then she can go out. So the very concept that the husband and the wife do not have equal right is totally goes away. If the husband can give talaq, the wife too can give the talaq.
So that's one of the beautiful explanations that we have ever seen. And these kind of explanation we don't see in Indian media actually. And we are suffering with these kind of allegations and accusations that is made by media persons in today as well. And the last question that I wanted to ask you, I want you to shed some more light on this, is that what is the new provision that government wants to bring in? How will it impact the Muslim community? So wherein if a person who goes ahead and tells triple talaq to his wife, so he is sentenced to jail for 3 years, and it's a non-cognizable offense, means it's non-bailable offense, wherein you can't get a bail. And how can one go ahead and prove that a person has given a triple talaq? So can you go ahead and pick up the loopholes in this provision?
So we have got a seminar on this a few hours from now. In that I'll be explaining this in detail, inshallah tabarak wa ta'ala. But as of now, I would like to put forward certain loopholes in this bill which has not been made a law because the Rajya Sabha has not passed it. First of all, for any bill to get passed from Lok Sabha, ideally it should be presented before an expert committee, a review committee, which should consist of members of parliaments and people from that society or from that segment of the society which is getting affected, certain experts. Then only a bill is presented, ideally. So in this case, this bill was not sent to any review committee, no expert committee. Within hours, this bill was passed in Lok Sabha. So this is one drawback. Second, it has got certain other drawbacks. It says it's a non-bailable offense, okay, and the third, it's a cognizable offense. Your CRPC will come into picture. Even if your neighbor goes and says, I heard certain men uttering triple talaq in one sitting to his wife, police has got right to come and arrest you. And then the very big legal loophole in this is when Supreme Court has passed a judgment that uttering 3 talaq in one sitting is not valid as per Indian Constitution. When something, the effect is not taking place, when something is not valid, then how can you arrest a person for doing something which is not a crime? Okay. So these are certain points about this. I'll be speaking in detail, which this bill, which was presented in the Lok Sabha and which has got passed from Lok Sabha, it has got. Talking about media, of course, it is a very lengthy topic. I would like to just share two things. People should stop learning their deen, their Islam, their Sharia from media.
Yes.
People should not watch TV debates, because for any panel discussion, all those people who participate, they are given some money for each and every discussion. It might be 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, and your pick up and drop facility. So many people who do not have sound knowledge of Islam, okay, they are brought into the TV channel for discussion, and then they themselves are not sound scholars and they do not know the basics of jurisprudence. How can they represent Islam? Also, the other panelists accept one or two TV channels. Most of the TV channels, they are biased. When you are speaking, they will lower your voice, they will go for commercial break, you will not be given chance to put forward your point. So instead of watching these TV channels and TV discussions, I would encourage Muslim scholars and the intelligentsia and the academicians to come forward and have a discussion and invite people to come with their question, and these recordings should be put forward.
Thank you so much for clarifying all these questions, Azul. So this was Mr. Fazlullah Chishti Sahab for you, for all the viewers there. And there's one more program that's going to be held tonight, which will be in Urdu, and there will be question answer session that will be held after the program. So if you have got any doubts, any clarification, you can always post us on our IARM page, and we'll be more than happy to answer all your questions there. Thank you so much for joining in. Assalamu alaikum.